Welcome back to MGE Table Talk. I am your host, T. Turner. Again, like I always say, I'm glad you guys are either listening to this or you tuned in to visually watch it, because you really can be doing anything else with your time. I mean, there's a plethora of things you could be doing, but you chose to watch this, so I greatly appreciate that. Whether it's 1 view or 1,000 views, I appreciate anybody who tunes in, listens to this. Always greatly appreciate it. Today, I'm very excited because I got an artist. I had to put the double on there. I got an artist, man. I got a true to form artist. He is, y'all know the phrase that Erykah Badu said, I'm sensitive, about my shit. If that were a person, that's my guest today. And I'm very happy to have him here. He has a lot of insight. Super, super talented. If you don't know about him, you need to know about him. My dog, Flo Dares. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, brother. Talk loud, black man. I appreciate you having me.
Look, say it louder for the people in the back, huh?
Yeah, one more time. I said, talk loud, black man. Yeah.
How you doing, man? Look, you get around, man.
I have to. The motto these days is the more you work, the more it'll work out. And so I just been kind of living by that. So I just make sure I'm in motion, so I always have motion.
Okay.
Yes,
Now we gonna get to some music. We gonna get to some industry, politics. We gonna get to all that. But first things first, man. We got to talk about this, man. Your Wind Down Wednesday events. Now, by the time this comes out, yes, I would have been to it by now. I haven't been yet, but I've seen video, pictures. And I know you even personally reached out to me like, hey, look, I got this. I haven't been yet, but I told you I'm coming. But I've been to Lighthouse, so I know the vibes. And it's perfect for your vibe. That's why I'm excited to go.
First off, the one we just had last night, shut build it down.
Off the Richter scale.
They had something going on the other side of the wall. And them people was all outside the building looking in like, what that is they doing up in there? I'm talking about shutting it down. Shout out to all the artists we had booked for that one. Who we had? We had Chrissy J come through. We had Attorney Southern Bell. We had Miss DW. Who else we had? We had Uncle Chess come through. Man, it was pressure. Shout out to Lighthouse. If you ain't never been to Lighthouse, don't wait to Wind Down Wednesday to go to Lighthouse. I want you to experience it in its own right.
Right.
And then I want you to come to Lighthouse and do Wind Down Wednesdays. Pressure.
I can say this too, just like you said, shout out to Lighthouse too, because first of all, the pizza, if I can just do the chef kiss on that, it's magnificent. I'm gonna put the stamp on it, okay? I know that there are places question. Around, huh?
Which one you order?
I did the spicy
the sweet heat.
The sweet and spicy.
Yep, the sweet heat.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love that one. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put my stamp on this. Maybe I'm overstepping. Best pizza in the city.
Yeah, nah, cause who gonna compete with it?
I'm just like, and I've eaten at some pizza places here, and they got some good pizza spots in the city.
Yeah, we got some good pizza spots.
But let me put my stamp on this again, though. If my word means anything, I don't know how much weight my name holds, but Terrence Turner is saying that Lighthouse, best pizza in the city. Argue with your man.
Go, man. I get some of everything. I think what I order the most is probably the barbecue chicken pizza.
Okay.
But when I'm really gonna get in there and I'm gonna take my time with it, cause that barbecue chicken pizza, I tell the dog there, man. Somebody got to see me treat one of them things down bad in person.
I've had that too.
The other thing I get the deluxe pizza, but I don't eat pork, so I sell the pepperoni out for chicken and beef. Still get the sauce of your choice, bussin'.
And the ball. Can we talk about the drinks?
I was about to.
Yeah, okay.
I was about to.
You know what? I jumped the gun on that.
I ain't gonna tell nobody, man. Look, anybody know me know I like a good old fashioned. That's my drink of choice. I'm like a old fashioned connoisseur. They be like, "What you want to drink? Let me see your old fashioned." I'd have been in some places I would never order an old fashioned again. I learned a hard lesson.
Because everybody can't mix that.
Everybody, no. Between the type of whiskeys and the cognacs and what they have available to put in them, and then just getting the proportions right, and then whether or not they use the simple syrup or if they use the sugar cubes, you gotta be careful out here in these streets.
You gotta know what you're doing.
What?
You gotta know what you're doing.
Man, go to the Lighthouse and get that Eddie Fashion. I don't want to. Matter of fact, if we being for real, I had just left Lighthouse before I came up here.
See, they addictive, aren't they?
They are. I had to practice some boundaries. I was like, I'm up in here a little.
He said, I gotta practice some boundaries.
I did. Hey, look, this is what I'm saying. It's all fun and games until you realize, for me, because of what my habits are, I can't go in there and not spend less than $100.
I can see that.
I can't.
I can see that.
Now multiply that by going 2-3 times a week.
Yeah, that. Look, you end up
Even
like
when you come to Wine House Wednesdays.
Come on, man! Don't make me feel guilty about it, man. I hadn't been yet.
Man, look.
But by the time this come out, I would have been.
Man, every Wednesday they're gonna run a drink special on the wine, and we're gonna take care of the healthcare professionals and the teachers every Wednesday. So on top of them doing that on their own accord, I'm gonna come through and start the show and be like, "Excuse me, how y'all doing?" And, you know, black people be stingy with the greetings, so I'll be having to check them. Like, man, come on, man, y'all too chopped. How y'all doing?
Wait a minute, so you got to take it back to like how they used to do us in school, like good morning.
Yeah,
and then the kids don't say
you heard me. Yeah, like, hey, come on, man, don't be acting like that with me, man. And then after that, I find out who do what. And then I make my rounds. I be buying drinks, we buying food. What, you ain't drinking tonight? Bet, your piece on me tonight. What we doing? It's
like that. Okay. Yeah, that's a whole vibe.
The hospitality on point when you come out with me. Talk to me.
That's why I'm very interested in coming to the Wine Down Wednesday too, because if you haven't been to Lighthouse too, and again, this is just natural. Right? Lighthouse did not pay me for this. This is just a natural thing. But the vibe in it, I don't know who in charge of their playlist. If you just go in there on just a regular day and they playing music, I don't know who in charge of the playlist, but man,
it's curated. Look, it's curated like
look,
it's
dope.
It is
to the highest.
You could just go
whatever
up there and just chill. Somebody asked me yesterday, "Hey, you taking song requests?" I'm like, I'm not even in control of that. I don't do nothing more than hosting up in here. I don't work here. I host. I eat. I patronize and I get drunk. That's what I do. Everything else, they got it on their own, and
right.
it just put me in a position to be the greatness I already am because they laid the foundation. It's aesthetically a plea. I'm just telling you, man.
I'm about to get hungry in here talking about it. So look, we gonna segue to something else because I'm about to say, you know what? We just gonna pause and go to Lighthouse real quick. Just head on out real quick. You know, Flo, who driving? Me or you? We gonna go and we'll come back for this.
I got you. I ain't come back to this side of town though, so I mean.
Look, so we gotta just reschedule at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gonna segue from that. But okay, so Flo, man.
Yes, sir.
Musically.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you probably get this a lot. You don't sound like the typical Baton Rouge artist. And I'm not even going the typical route with that. Mm-hmm. But how do you handle that now? Because when you are true blue Baton Rouge, let's say that. Mm-hmm. But you have a different sound than what I guess a lot of people are accustomed to hearing with Baton Rouge artists.
Right.
With that, how do you deal with that as far as it's not what's the accustomed sense of taste that people are hearing, but you still stand out. You still have kind of etched out your own lane. How do you deal with that?
I mean, I don't look at it as nothing that I have to deal with, to be honest with you. Usually when you ask somebody how they deal with something, it sounds like adversity.
Right.
I take pride, you know what I'm saying, in that I got my own little sound, like I do my own little thing, and I'm comfortable doing my own thing.
Right.
It is that. So it's not like, oh man, whew, I gotta go out and be myself today.
Like
it's like,
nah,
man, like I'm just I'm just out here, like, being myself today. I'm just doing whatever it was I was gonna be doing if I wasn't doing this.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I ain't gotta deal with it. I do get it a lot, and I just use it as an opportunity. You know what I'm saying, to share the mindset. Cause anything that I'm doing, I ain't doing nothing nobody else can't be doing.
Right.
I just decided to do it.
Now, something else, there's you kind of check a lot of boxes, man, as far as being an artist, because, you know, I don't know if you even consider yourself a singer, but you got vocals.
A little something.
You know, you got lyrics. You are a lyrical rapper, but you also battle rap too. So when I say you check a lot of boxes, it's like, you know, your pen game is nasty, but your off the top of the dome game is sick too.
Yeah.
How'd you get into battle rapping, man?
Because I wanted to be an all-around MC. Like, I love hip-hop. It's not that I love music. I love hip-hop. I want to be very well-rounded. I think the only thing that I can't do, and I probably could if I decided I really wanted to, that is hip-hop, is dance. I'm not a dancer.
Really?
Hell nah. And people know me, know I ain't no dancer, man.
Not even like the simple two-step or nothing?
That's what I got. Hey, I got some friends, man. They coined my two-step as the Uncle Shuffle, because I'm going to bust it just like your uncle with the open-toe sandals at the barbecue.
Whoa. With the socks on?
With the, hey, while you playing, the last time I wore sandals, which I don't know when that was, I had socks on with them, because that's how I'm on.
I mean, you know, you got to protect the toes, man.
Hey, look, man, it's weird.
Look, don't feel bad. I dance to the beat of my own drum as well, and I have my own signature two-step as well.
I was about to say, my drum ain't got nothing but capacity for a two-step. Like everything else, Lord.
I was that kid, because I actually was in the marching band when I was like younger. I was that kid that their mother would be in the stands and be like, look at everybody else just off beat. My baby, the only one on beat. That's
Shout
me.
out to moms.
That's me. She goes,
Shout out to moms with the perspective. Everybody else
her
off beat.
perspective was everybody else off beat. My son,
baby
the only
doing
one.
just fine. It's everybody else that's off beat. But y'all church crazy out here in these streets, baby. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful.
Well, look, she will be your biggest cheerleader. But yeah, I was that kid. Like, look at that boy. He on beat. The rest of y'all should have went to practice.
That's me too. But I just got into battle rapping because I started to feel I didn't feel like I was being challenged enough. Like writing.
Creatively or?
Yeah, creatively. Like I got tired of making music, or like I got tired of doing the freestyles. I got tired of off the dome, and I needed something to do.
Yeah.
I was like, what's something where I can walk in and not feel like I got this in the bag? Battle rap is there for me. I go to battle rap to go be challenged and to just show off my intelligence in a way that I can't do on a beat.
Now, it's funny because historically, a lot of people who are good at battle rapping have trouble, like, you know, crossing to the to being, you know, good songwriters and making good songs. You did good songs first. That's what everybody kind of knew you for first, was making really good songs, and then you were like, yeah, I'm not about to go battle rap. So now it almost feels like you just being cocky at this point now. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and do this too, just because. Like it sounds like the story with Larry Bird when he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop 67 on y'all tonight, and go drop 67 on them tonight. Or Michael Jordan, like he made up the story about what's the basketball player name, was like, good game, Mike, and he was like, bet. I took that personal. So you basically just took your creativity personal.
It's always personal. I don't know how else I'm gonna take it.
You a Michael Jordan sociopath.
I might be. How can I not take something that comes from my personal? How else am I supposed to take that?
Yeah.
Like, I make it. It's about me. I curate it from my being, and I'm not supposed to take it personal. That's wild, man. I done heard some shit today. That's wild. But I do. But as far as like the transitioning from music and just being able to do battle rap, to me it ain't nothing but writing. That's all. I'm a good writer.
Right.
I can write for whatever the occasion is.
Okay.
Battle rap is an occasion. Songs and the very types of songs that there are, those are occasions. I'm a good writer. That's it.
Flex on them.
That's it.
And you flexed on him. You said, you know what? I'm gonna just go battle rap. See, you just flexed it.
Man, hey, I ain't gonna lie, battle rap a different breed, man.
It is. Look, I've seen some of your video battle rap, and I'm like, is this the same flow? Cause this man is a savage and disrespectful at that.
It's only because of the arena, man. The arena will bring it out you, man. You can't. Same way you can't rap on an R&B song how you would over 90s boom bap. You can't battle rap like you grand slamming that poetry, man. And I had to learn that. Like if you watch my earlier battles, you'd be like, okay, he's saying some stuff, but who is he talking to?
Right.
My homeboy's like, bro, you saying some fire stuff, but you not battling the guy in front of you. They
Right.
want to hear you battle the guy in front of you. And so I'm still in a learning curve, man. The pen amazing. The pen gonna be amazing. I work to make sure it's amazing, but there's so many other components that make battle rap.
Right.
And it's more than just being able to, oh yeah, he can rap and he can talk at the guy. And the components for battle rap and the components for music, they different.
They are very different.
Even live performing, it's just different. And I like that. It just makes me more well-rounded. So I'm at a point now where it's very few rooms that I can walk into and not be able to at least hold my own or just kill everybody else in the room. And that's why I want to be it.
Sociopath. But hey, I'm here for it. I like that. You gotta.
I encourage everybody to be like that, though.
You should. You should.
I hold the door open for people to do that. Like,
Yeah,
it
if
ain't
you
gotta
good
just
at
be
something-
me. You should be that. You should be like that too.
I feel like this, and I use the term Michael Jordan sociopath because someone told me I was a Michael Jordan sociopath. I didn't coin that phrase. My boy Alex coined that phrase. Shout out to Alex. You're a Michael Jordan sociopath. But hey, I appreciate your sociopathic tendencies.
When you look back in history, you want to have a Michael Jordan legacy, or you want to have whoever else legacy.
You want that Jordan legacy.
That's all I'm saying. You want to be that person they remember for being up against all the odds and still coming outside. Not only still coming outside, but still coming outside and leaving on top with
Dominate.
what you want. What you want out of this? You got to go to sleep with that. You got
That's
to wake up in the mirror.
I appreciate your sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make good songs. Now, all right, let me go out here and tear somebody's head off in the battle rap arena.
And the crazy part is, all this stuff really just come from self-improvement, man. I always sit down and be like, man, who my competition? I mean, unless it's battle rap, because it's
Right.
battle rap. I gotta do.
Yeah,
that
you
for
got
that.
somebody in front of
I
you
got
right
somebody
there.
in front of me. But the rest of this really just coming from wanting to be a better me for me, and then just talking about it.
I like that.
And that's all it be. And then everybody else take it and they view it how they want to view it. And they ain't wrong for it because we could stand it up with facts. But I really just be working on myself, man. I be working on myself and vibing out, man. I do the same thing every day. That's all I just consistently do that.
You just be you.
That's it. I practice at getting better at being a better Darese.
There we go. There we go.
That's it.
All right, so I want to kind of talk a little bit about this too, and you know I've had a few people on, and this subject does come up, especially you know when I'm talking to artists and everything that's in the city. I still got an issue with DJs and promoters, and not. Let me clarify. When I say issue, ain't like no smoke, but this is a conversation that I think needs to continue going on.
Yeah.
I got an issue with them not playing a variety of music, and they play the same music.
Mm-hmm.
They play the same artist, and I feel like, especially in this city, our DJs are not doing their designated job, which is not only are you there to, move the crowd, you're there to keep the party going. That's why people hire you.
Mm-hmm.
But introduce us to something new. Now, me and you was kind of talking a little bit off camera about this too. What is your view on, how strong is the role of the DJ now? Because I mean, again, in this thing called hip hop, it's 50 years in, so
Yeah.
the vehicle has changed over time. Platforms have changed over time.
Yep.
But in my opinion, there's still some constants that are there that still need to operate in a certain capacity.
Yeah.
What's your view?
I agree with that. So I think that DJs are vital to hip hop. They're just as vital as artists are. They're just as vital as the concept of throwing shows and just anything else. Just as vital as producers and engineers. They're vital to hip hop. I think that the same way I just finished telling you, I do all this to be well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the ecosystem got to do that too.
Right.
A lot of times what happens is, just like with artists, they develop a niche in one part of what it takes to be the entity that they are.
Right.
And so in this particular case, them moving the crowd, that's a part of what you're supposed to do. They get attached to that part because that part, it come with attention and it come with the money. DJs is just like rappers, it's just like producers. The market of music right now is oversaturated. Everybody a DJ, everybody an artist, everybody make beats, everybody got a studio right now, everybody a photographer, everybody shoot videos, and now everybody got podcasts.
Everybody got podcasts.
So when the market gets saturated like that, the reason for them getting into the market play a lot to do with that too. A lot of these rappers ain't rapping they ain't even at this point, and that's the saddest part for me. They ain't even rapping to tell you their story no more.
Nah, they
rapping for whatever could get the most attention because attention mean money in this industry.
Yeah.
So make that analogy apply to the DJs. DJs is spinning what's gonna move the crowd, because moving the crowd mean you're gonna build a bigger crowd. More bodies in the building mean more ticket sales. Ticket sales mean you could justify being paid more as a DJ. True. And so you just run and chase that one part and you forget about the other part. Now I think the other problem is that some DJs, and I say some DJs because I can name DJs who artists should be knowing right now.
Right, and let me preface that too. Some DJs, I said I got an issue with DJs and promoters. And I'm about to get crowded by DJs and promoters after this, but no, some.
So like I just go ahead and just and put in my hand like gotta be a secret. Shout out DJ Soul Lab. That's probably, if not my favorite DJ in the city, that's my favorite DJ in the city. I don't have.
Shout out Soul Lab.
Shout out Soul. If you ain't never attended Soul Lab Sundays, and you a hip hop artist, and this is, even if you're a rap artist, because Soul Lab Sunday is that kind of environment. It's good for rap and hip hop. But if you from here, you into hip hop, and you ain't never attended Soul Lab Sunday, you shooting yourself in the foot. Because Baton Rouge ain't a hip hop city. Baton Rouge is a rap city. That's the other part of the answer to your question.
Okay.
A lot of the music that you be wanting to hear, I'm not a rap artist. I'm a hip hop artist. For those of you who don't know the difference, rap, that's your Boosie, your Kevin Gates, that's your NBA Youngboy, your Fredo Bangs, that's your Jig City music. That is rap. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's its own lane. Hip hop is the more eclectic stuff that's gonna be delivered to you different. So when you look at the environments that these DJs going in, think back to how you was just saying, me doing the show at Lighthouse worked so well because it fit my vibe.
Right.
These DJs oftentimes don't go in a diverse enough of environments, and they only in there one environment. And so they feel like it minimizes the opportunity for them to shed exposure on these artists. I had a talk with a DJ. And he asked me, he said, man, Flo, you know I'm a fan. I love your music. Where do you see your music being played? He was like, I wouldn't mind spending some Flo Dares.
Yeah.
But where do I spend that? Where would I spend Flo Dares? Like, where do you want me to spend it?
Yeah.
They don't know.
But the thing is, I feel like this. I mean, because even if you attend, parties and everything in Baton Rouge, there's a lane. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna say there's a lane. There's a spot for a Flo Dares to be played in the same party that jig music being played in. Why? Because the DJ will break it down and have some R&B playing in the same.
Yeah, or you can just do the mashup thing. I think it just kind of comes back to the intent and the effort behind it. So that,
and I guess that's where my biggest issue comes from is that, when you have that lack of playing artists, even from the area, it's like I feel like now we're discrediting the artist and their art at that point because, and I'm not saying everybody should just get played. I mean, of course, there are guardrails there. It should be curated, number one, but two, the artists, if they're taking their art serious, if they've gone through through the action of going to professional studios, not recording in they closet.
Man, before we even get to that, like I just want to be able to go to your Instagram and know you're an artist. You won't believe how many artists I meet. They don't. I go to follow them. I can't even tell they do music.
Because they got everything else there. They done went live 100 times in their backyard.
Not a damn song on there. Or ain't posting nothing. Hey man, this is my new song, and I go on your gram, and the last time you posted was November 22nd, 2022. What I'm gonna do with that?
Yeah.
What is anybody gonna do with that?
But is that, and like you say, even before we get to the mechanics of it, there's that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about the artists, like you said, who take it serious, who, when you go to their page, you can see that they're an artist. Yeah. But they also invest in themselves. They're gonna go to a professional studio. They're gonna have it mixed and mastered properly. They're gonna, have their music available on different streaming platforms. They're not handing you a CD with a Sharpie on it and say, man, I'm dope. Like, come on, man, what are we doing here? Like, I mean, what's next? You gonna hand me like a copy of it on 8-track? Like this is the game that we're in now. But I'm talking about those artists. I'm talking about those artists who have, experience performing as well too. Mm-hmm. So these artists, I feel like, can be blended in. If I go to Bella Noche and the DJ is spinning jig music and then he break it down and start playing Tevin Campbell, okay, you can fit some Flo Dares into that party too. Right. And there's no reason why you can't. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a convenient excuse that is being floated around the city where it's like, well, don't nobody know these artists. Well, how? It's like when you go on a job interview and you just graduate and they say, well, we need somebody with more experience. Well, if no one hires me,
how will I get the experience? How will I
ever get the experience? So if no one ever plays this artist,
what is a catch22.com?
Then how are we gonna? We can't keep saying, well, I love to play it, but don't nobody know who it is. Exactly. There's 100 other artists that y'all play.
That's the whole purpose of breaking an artist.
But here's the other thing too. There's a million other songs that these DJs play, and no one knows their name.
And don't nobody know that song.
Who's the song now?
I don't know what that is,
on
but
TikTok,
it sound good.
No one knew what Glorilla's name was last year. They just knew the chorus, and it played at every party, every night. Yep. Right. Yeah. So again, I feel like this is a convenient excuse that is being floated by promoters and DJs as to why we're not feeding into our own ecosystem.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
and I'm sorry, I'm getting hype about it, but I'm tired of seeing that. Right. And let me say this too. I'm not one that just rants about things. Friday Night Flows highlighted how many hip hop artists in this city. Yep. I put the money up for Friday Night Flows. Facts. So it ain't me just pointing the finger. I've done something about. I've done my part. But everyone needs to do their part.
They do, and so I think it being an ecosystem, everybody in this ecosystem got to do their part. So DJs should be actively the DJs who aren't, because I meet DJs all the time who are.
Yeah, but they should have their finger on the pulse.
They should. I think that I don't know what to think, to be honest with you. See, I ain't got no problem saying it. I ain't got no problem just saying.
Look, my man just did a Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I was just, that's it. I don't even know. I'm here because the camera rolling.
But I mean, and you and me both. I'm confused at this convenient excuse that just keeps getting floated around. And I mean, and I've met, they have DJs who do
That's
solid work.
because you cannot do the things that we feel are necessary for the culture and still be successful within the culture. And part of that is our fault.
I feel like we're not pushing the narrative hard enough.
That's what I'm saying. So like my thing is, we be like, oh man, I want this stuff to change, and then we still support it. And like, I mean, the most common analogy I can give you for that would be the Super Bowl, the NFL in general, sports in general.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Our players don't get nothing.
Everybody was rocking with Kaepernick.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Until. And so that's part of the problem. So as consumers, we gotta hold the people feeding this to us accountable.
Yeah.
Stop feeding me fast food. Go in the kitchen and cook some shit for me, man. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Hey man, DJ, this cool, man. You ain't got no new nothing. You ain't got nothing new. You don't do that though. As artists, we gotta hold ourselves accountable for making sure that we accessible. And I think that part of the problem is, because the crazy part is, some of the artists that should be getting spent by the DJ, they on and popping at shows. You can catch them live.
Right.
That's a whole nother lane. So it's not like they not successful as artists. They good in this particular lane. And DJs, for some reason, just don't see how both those lanes should be intersecting. Like, I shouldn't have to be at the show killing the show for my name to be alive. Right. I should be able to be away, and because I'm away and you the DJ, you should be spinning my stuff.
Let me offer all of our DJ and promoter friends out there some free game. Okay? Let's take Flo Dares as an example. I'm not, capping because he here, but let's just take him as an example. Let's say you're the DJ and you consistently start playing some Flo Dares. You mix it into your natural mashup, setup, however you want to pronounce it, right? You mix him in. People start taking notice of that. His demand goes up now. And now a promoter does their job when they do their job. And they notice, man, who is this guy, Flo Dares? I've been in this party, a couple of weeks now. Every week I'm coming out and I keep hearing this guy. Yeah. Oh, I got a show coming up. I just booked Jeezy to come to the River Center. This guy, Flo Dares, gets played in the club a lot. I'm going to book him as my opening act. Flo Dares may not even cost me that much money because, he's on the come up. No disrespect. Okay? Man, Jeezy noticed this. Hey, that guy is cool. Hey, I got 2 more shows in this area. I got one in New Orleans and one in Mississippi somewhere. I like your vibe. You want to come open up for me? Bam. Next thing you know, Flo Dares is in demand outside of the state. What happens now? Oh my gosh, Flo Dares is now blown up.
Yep.
Now, I'm a DJ. Hey, it's a year later. Flo Dares is a superstar. Hey, Flo, I got this thing coming up. You think you can maybe make it? I know you big and everything out here. Flo, thinking back, hey, I don't forget things. Of course I'll come to your spot. I'm not even gonna charge you my new rate now, because my rate is this now because I've gone up. My Stockton rose now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I remember you showed me love when you didn't have to. I'm gonna do that for you. Ecosystem. You just fed your ecosystem. Free game, DJs and promoters.
Free game.
If you have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your city, I use the same example when I had Box on a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out Box, man.
Shout out Box, man.
He is inspirational, to say the very least, on and off the mic.
Very, very much so.
He say a lot of the things that need to be said, and it's not like I don't, but it's just like when I hear him say it, sometimes it take hearing it from a different person.
Yeah.
I could tell you the very same thing, and somebody else could come and tell it to you a different way, and you just need to hear it from a different person.
Yeah, that's it.
You got to recognize that just in leadership. Yeah. And so when I listen to him talk, I just be like, man, like that. That's what I want to fill my ears up with.
I told him that before. I said, man, you like one of the most positive people I meet. Like, you know, you always got a positive spirit with you. You know, even when you're out and about, you're busy, you're working, but he's always a very positive person. Yeah. But he and I were discussing this same thing, and I called it like the circle of life. Like, if you feed back into that, these artists don't forget that. They don't forget who put them on. You know, if you're a promoter you say, hey, I got a larger artist coming to the city, you have the power to then put this artist who's making noise, who's professional, who's going to show up, do their job. You can then put them on this show as an opening act. And you don't know where that artist goes from there. Exactly. But if you contributed to that, the artist ain't going to forget that. But it's got to start from somewhere, and we can't keep waiting for someone else from somewhere else to co-sign. You can't. What's good,
and I think that's probably one of the biggest issues. People will celebrate you, in private. In private, you wouldn't believe how many. Oh man, bro, you just like you him. Like you what the game is. You what they need, man. We need more artists like that. And then you get a chance for there to be more artists like that, and you don't do nothing to secure there being more artists like that.
But we will share a national artist's post from their Instagram page a million times over.
It's wild. It's wild.
But the artists, you know, the national. Let me let y'all in on something. The national artists don't need y'all to share nothing for them. Because they platform is already big. You know who needs you to share some stuff for them? When Flo announced when his new album coming out, y'all need to share that. You know, when Johnny Hustle got a new song out, y'all need to share that. You know, don't tell him in private, man. I think you the dopest thing.
That's so dope. I'm like, look, if you ain't figured it out, I don't need you to figure out algorithms. I don't need you to figure out what's a good day to post. Figure this out. The most effective thing you can do to support anybody in and out of music. I ain't even just talking about your rapper friends. You got a homegirl that make rugs. You got another homegirl that make cakes. I use them examples because shout out to my homegirls that make rugs and cakes. Share them posts, man. Right. The share is the most powerful button next to the send when you in Cash App.
And let's absolutely keep it real too. It's the most powerful tool, but it's also the tool that uses the least amount of energy from anybody.
It takes you less energy to share my post than to hop in my DM and tell me you like the post.
So just share it publicly.
2 taps. That's all I need.
That's
I'm about to just run a 2-tap campaign.
I like.
We're just gonna get some 2-tap t-shirts,
2-tap t-shirt,
pins.
Yeah. Pins. Or look, stay out my DMs, tell me in public. I don't know,
that's what we really need. And I do want to shout out my fan base because they've been turning up. Them shares been going up, them likes, that reach, that engagement, it's been going up. So for my people that's doing that, I appreciate you. I see you. For my people who lurking, get it together.
And look, and this is the thing, you know, if you're a true supporter, man, like, again, it takes nothing. Flo has shared stuff for me that has nothing to do with him at all, and he'll share it, and I'll be like, I'm horrible at looking at notifications. I'll be like, wait, Flo shared my stuff? Oh man, thank you.
Man, for me it's simple. I think that we overcomplicate a lot of stuff too. If it's what I want to see, cause like that's what drive me. Yeah. What drive me is what I want to see. So like if I'm not seeing it, I'm out of waiting. Like at this point, I ain't waiting for nothing. Anything I say I want, I'm in motion right now to make that happen. Because who I'm gonna wait on?
Can't wait on nobody to come
save me. Who I'm gonna wait on? Who coming?
But I do need these curators and people with platforms to do your job. And this is coming from someone who did his part. I ain't gonna sit up here and rant and be like, y'all need to do this. No.
And they ain't did nothing.
Look,
hey, that'd be crazy,
we done ran 2 seasons of Friday Night Flows and The Late Shift of Will Merrill. Flo was a guest
Man,
on that
shout
as well
out
too.
my
And
boy Will. You can't say Will and not get excited, man. Shout out my dog.
look here, first, let me shout out Will too, because Will actually put me off on you.
Yeah.
That's who got you in my stratosphere, and I was like, man, that's dope. And shout out for Will this on this little tidbit too. You can't mention comedy in Baton Rouge and not mention Will Merrill.
Facts.
That's my point of view. I'ma stand 10 toes down on that. You cannot mention comedy in the city of Baton Rouge and leave Will Merrill's name out.
That sentence gonna be invalid. Somebody was just in my DMs. They was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get out there with poetry. I was also thinking about, getting my confidence up to do comedy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, if you trying to get out and perform, I can help you perform. But if you talk about comedy, you need to go holler at my dog Will. Like, this is in a voice note in DMs right now. Like, you need to go holler at my dog Will. He do something every Monday. It's an open mic. It's almost what I do, just on a different day of the week, and it's just for comedy.
And it's dope.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure. So man, shout out my dog Will, man.
Shout out
flowers.
Will Merrill, man.
These are your flowers, my brother.
Please accept these flowers on our behalf. But yeah, shout out Will Merrill, man. Again, you cannot mention comedy in the city of Baton Rouge. And don't mention Will Merrill,
man.
I'm gonna put his full name, William Shannon Merrill. You got to mention that guy.
I ain't putting his full name out there because I ain't know it till just now.
I had to put it out there, man.
We be operating in the ecosystem. The funniest things be happening at these shows, man. So outside of Lighthouse, shout out Lighthouse again. I'm hungry, I also co-host at Main Lobby every third Thursday. We do a music and poetry night. And the fans or the supporters or the participants, whatever you want to call them, they can be kind of wild. And so, shout out my dog Static. If you don't know who Static is, I'm going to put you on. He got some dope music.
I'm open to that.
He's a whole groove. And I enjoy watching him perform because I've had the honor of just watching him get better over time. Dude he deserves to be in you could play his music at brunch. You can play his music in the car. You can play his music with your girl. Shout out my dog Static, man. Keep going Static. But anyway, he also have a fan who came to me at a show and was like, what's Static real name? And I was just like, what?
that is kind of an odd question to ask, I guess.
Yeah, what's his real name? And I was just like, I would never disclose that to you.
Yeah, I don't that's like if somebody.
That's like asking Superman what's Batman's name.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
well, I make it even plainer. Like if somebody asks me for somebody else's number, my rule of thumb is
I gotta call.
I'm gonna call them
and be like,
say,
hey, you cool with them? You don't never know who you disclosing information to, man. You gotta be careful with that.
Thank you.
You gotta be careful.
I will call the person.
If I don't know y'all to be cool, I ain't sliding no numbers. I give you the Instagram and then you can go get their number.
Yeah, you can DM them, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you gotta be careful. But not only that, I don't know his name. And that's the reason why I brought the story up, because we operate on superhero names when we out in public.
True.
And so we just do. And so people ask me all the time, man, what's your real name? Fortunate for them, my real name is Darese.
Right, and look, it's funny because when you came on Late Shift, we had to, we got to go do research on the person to get pictures and everything. So I was like, oh, okay, that's his real name. All right, cool. But I've never called you by your real name. I was like, hey, Flo. Like, that was it. So, it is.
Just shortened it. I don't want to accidentally somehow still put his government name out there by calling the stage name. Yeah, nah, my real name is Darese. And people be shocked by it. What you thought it was going to be? Darnell? Tevin? Like, what name was supposed to be?
Because I know, even I think on your Facebook, it's like Darese Deep Voice.
Hey, yeah, shout out to my girl Kwame who gave me that name. She gave me that.
You do have a radio voice, though. Right.
Yeah.
You do have that.
I get that.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the grandmothers who tell me that.
Oh, look, the grandma be like, I remember back in 72.
You just got that voice. They be talking to you. You just got that voice. You just sound like you a late night radio host. That's exactly how they said. Yeah. You are now in the mix, you know what I'm
See?
saying, with DJ Flo Dares.
See?
Talk to me.
See, I see. There you go again, being great in every facet. Okay? So songwriter, singer, battle rapper, now radio host. I see it.
Show host.
Just
I'm a show host.
Look, you
Sorta.
you can always find your lens.
Just saying, man.
And look.
Just never know.
I applaud it, man. I applaud it. We
it.
might have to talk off camera about that, man. You might have to do something, man.
I talk to me, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll be experimenting out here, just trying to see what to do.
So I done got my little vent out the way again, man. And again, it's a vent, but it's also, I feel like it's something that needs to stay at the forefront if we're going to shift. Because this is the other thing too. I know we were talking earlier, you were like, Baton Rouge isn't a hip hop city; it's a rap city.
Mm-hmm.
But just to play devil's advocate, I say Baton Rouge has potential to be a hip hop city because we're a college town.
Yeah, I mean,
and when you're a college town, you have an influx of people from all over the place. Now living in
capitalizing on that.
Right. Yeah. So, which again, DJs, free game. You got people coming from all walks of life, from different areas of the country, even different areas of the world, because this is a college city. You got LSU, you got Southern, you got BRCC, you got Southeastern down the road.
Yep.
So you have these universities right here that's bringing in all these different people. Why just limit them to one side of what we offer? Why play Boosie from 2002 or 2006 when you can play some Flo Dares from 2023? Not saying not to play the Boosie from 2006.
Right, play it all.
Play everything. We got
one
more.
Of the biggest misconceptions ever when I do anything that take me away from home. Mm-hmm. And I don't even mean away from Louisiana. I just go to Lafayette.
Yeah.
They don't even think we have nothing out here.
Because we don't represent it.
Right. All the big artists that make it from Baton Rouge, they all make the same type of music.
Right.
And so the outside world, they be like, oh man, Baton Rouge got some spitters. Yeah, Baton Rouge got some spitters.
That you ain't even heard of.
You don't know J1s. You don't know My Name the One. You don't know the Free Thinkers as a whole collective. Right. You don't know Treehouse as a whole collective. You don't know Josh Simmons. You don't know TC. She ain't really rapping right now, but that's one of my favorite female rappers. You don't know AC or Queen. You don't know
Box the Hungry Genius.
You don't know Box. And
you don't know Johnny Hustle.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy. You don't even know these people. And it's because
or a talented artist like a Fluff.
Hey, matter of fact,
I like Fluff.
I don't even know how I did this. Shout out my girl Fluff. Fluff was at Winehouse Wednesday last night.
Really? Huh? She got on the mic?
Of course.
See, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna let another week go. I'm coming. Pause.
Man, when I say I be putting these sets together, I let anybody come out and do their thing.
She's talented.
What?
She is talented. Like, I'm really digging her talent, and to know that she hadn't been doing it that long.
Man, have you heard her sing?
Yes. I heard her album.
The city trying to marginalize her to just rap, but her singing, man, I'm gonna tell you how this happened. How her even at Winehouse even happened. I was at a jam session. And it's one of these little jam sessions that's a private event. You ain't gonna never see no flyer for it. It's an invite only type thing.
Okay. Eyes wide shut type of thing.
That's it. But that's where all the pressure at.
Yeah.
I'm talking about we up in the crib, I don't know, 15 to 20 deep. And it's nothing but musicians, vocalists, playing and we just jamming.
Right.
And Fluff come in. Now, I had done a show with Fluff previously. Shout out my dog Chaser. He put on a show at Elite. And I did that show. And that's when I first seen her. I was like, ooh, she pressure. I was like, all right, yeah. Like, females and rap, to me, it's simply just not my favorite thing to witness. And it's because women can be so marginalized in what they talk about. And I know why, but for me as a consumer of women's hip hop, I like the diversity. I need you to be talking about something that's worth me listening to. Because just like I don't want to hear no guy talk about it, I don't want to hear you get on the track and talk about it either.
Well, on top of that, okay, like, yeah, there's room for fried chicken, but we need some baked fish too.
Oh, mamas. I'm on a pescatarian diet as we speak, so I for real need some baked fish.
Like think about this, like, even if you look at the late 90s, right? And I don't want to sound like, you know, back in my day, that's not what this is about, because I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
You had a Little Kim and a Foxy Brown, but you also had Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
In the same space.
Yep.
Selling the same amounts.
Yep.
You know, being on the same shows.
Yep.
Being promoted just as heavy.
And that's what we
Lil
like.
Kim wasn't bigger than Lauryn Hill.
Nope.
They were, you know.
They were big in the lanes that they were in. And I think that's one of the other reasons that really answers that question. When I had a music conversation, whether it's a business standpoint or just me explaining music to people who don't understand music here, the way I see music is that we have essentially 3 circles. And this is based off of what I consume. We got the rap circle, which is the artists that I named previously, your Boosie, Kevin Gates, NBA Youngboy, Fredo Maines, all that good stuff. You got your hip hop circle, that's your eclectic people that's gonna do hip hop on every wavelength that hip hop can be done.
Right.
And then the third circle is just kind of everything else. And it's everything else from where I'm sitting at because I don't concern myself with it as much.
Right.
Problem is, those circles don't intermingle enough.
And they need to.
They need to.
Because
they need to.
And I feel like if they did, then that could be the shift in the culture that
that's what we're missing.
We've been yearning for. You know, it needs to be, you know, more collaboration, maybe even between the artists. Maybe, you know, that, you know, booking. I can remember, again, not to sound like back in my day, but you could see like shows go on. Like they'd advertise shows in the magazines or whatever, you know, or like on Rap City, they'd say, you know, these are the concert dates coming up. You might have a Tribe Called Quest and Tupac is on the same bill with them.
Yep.
Now,
that don't happen as much no more.
But that's what I think. That's what needs to happen.
It is. It's what needs to happen. You should be able to attend an event and get a full experience. And so that's
I like say that again. Full experience. Say it again.
Full experience. And that's why I started doing the whole facilitate the vibe thing, because I want you to get the whole experience. You should be able to go to an event, turn up, think a little bit,
get a little thought-provoking,
be in love,
let
somebody know they got you fucked up, even if it's somebody from the opposite sex. Turn up some more, and then go home.
And just leave on a positive.
Ain't like that no more though. Not as much as it can be.
Right.
And so that's what it is. And then for the consumers, from a consumer standpoint, y'all need y'all part on this is what you can do as a consumer.
Say it for them again.
Because when we go to these shows, they're like, oh, I wish that we had more stuff like this. This is how to get more stuff like this. When there is stuff like this, I need you to go crazy and support the stuff like that so there can be more. It is very hard. Like if we switch from a creative standpoint, from a business standpoint, it's very hard. I can tell you how many conversations I have with venue owners to get these shows done. Hey, I want to bring this kind of event to your establishment. Hey, I want to bring this to your establishment. It's hell. If it's poetry, it's easy.
Yeah.
Everybody excited about a poetry night. And shout out to the poetry community, because if you know me, you know I started off in that community before I got the guts to really do a rap show, and I'm still in that community.
Right.
But I acknowledge that it's a difference. See, you're a venue owner, they'll welcome me, Flo Dares, as a poet.
Right.
Oh, I like the way you do spoken word. No, I'm a hip hop artist.
Right.
I rap. I'm just comfortable rapping without the beat.
Right.
I'm still rapping.
Exactly.
So when we had that conversation, I'm like, hey, you know, let's get together. Let's see how we can collab. Let's make sure it work out for you, work out for me, work out for everybody. That conversation switched. Oh, nah. Oh, man. It's the same person that just told me they was a fan of what I'm doing. Oh, no, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Like, wait a minute, hold on.
I don't know about that.
Oh wait, let me put my mask back on.
Yeah, I gotta. You said do what now? Or the caveat is they only want it if I can bring all the artists that's like me. I don't even like that margin. I like what I do, but I listen to some of everything.
Right.
I don't want to marginalize it to be like, if you want to get on over here on this side. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be pushing positivity 100% of the time. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not saying that I'm the most open to creating a space. If you pushing BS, then we not gonna align.
Yeah.
But I don't think everything you do gotta have a message in it either.
Yeah,
I just do that because that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Some of it is just strictly.
I want to
fun.
have a good time, right?
Right.
And so, when we had these conversations, I'm like, all right, let's set the business down. Let's meet up. Let's have a phone call. It's like, oh no, I don't like that kind of crowd. It don't go with my establishment. I don't want them to tear my stuff up. And I'm like, I'm so upset. I'm so upset that y'all have so little faith that we can get together, have a show, and your establishment still be intact.
Yeah, like come on now.
It's devastating. I understand where it come from though.
I get
but where it
that,
come from ain't got nothing to do with what I'm offering you.
No.
I ain't saying, hey,
and you wouldn't bring that to that establishment.
That's my whole point. I ain't saying, hey, yeah, let me book a show. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get the most violent people, you know what I'm saying, to turn this thing out.
And I'm gonna make sure that they beefing with each other when
and
they
I'm
get
gonna
there
make
too.
sure I'm gonna book parties that's beefing with each other.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna have this in your establishment. We're gonna run this for 3 hours, and you can have your builder back at the end.
It is gonna look like the LA riots in '92.
You get a chance to witness me. You get a chance to talk to me, and somehow, somewhere, the disconnect happens, and something about me says
It switches.
We on gang time. It kills me. And so I say all that to say this. When you do see an event of the caliber that you wish to see more of in the city, you gotta go all out, come out and support that.
Right.
You gotta come out, have a good time, and show these people, because it's hell on wheels trying to get in the door in the first place.
And share it on your social media like you share them people who got 5 million followers.
Oh yeah, facts. Not only that, but the power of the mouth is so strong, man. What you doing, don't say, and who you doing, don't say it to is everything.
Right.
Why you don't perform at these events or at this venue or don't ask me that. Ask the people who are in charge of making that.
Right.
Because I ain't there, because I'm not requested to be there.
Exactly.
I'm fine going wherever I'm requested to go.
So I think we have solved. We have cracked the code of
Well, at least started.
We did. We
foundation at least.
I think we found the foundation of how we can shift the culture, and I feel good about that. This has been very productive.
That's what we here for.
Flo, I got to ask you some hip hop questions real quick.
Oh, come on now, talk to me.
Okay, I got to ask you some hip hop questions, man. And this shifts for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say? Because I mean, again, he may not sound like it, but this is Baton Rouge through and through. He is a Louisiana guy.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, for real though. Charlottesville's finest. Talk to me.
Say it for him. Say it for him. Who are your top 5 out of Louisiana? Top 5 rappers out of Louisiana. Or I use artists. Give me your top 5. Look, we could say MCs, artists. Because I'm not going to just limit it to people who write 16.
10. You're not even about to do that.
Oh, man. Okay, you know what?
I
Fine.
need 10.
In no particular order.
Good.
No particular order. Run them.
All right. And then I'm going to try to mention either where they at or where they from, too. Because this me getting them they flowers.
Okay, cool.
I bet top 10. First off, one of my biggest influences and in my top 5 of MCs from an influence standpoint is Currency.
Boom.
New Orleans, so I ain't gonna even go there. But since we in New Orleans, one of my favorite MCs out there named OG Enoch, follow him on Instagram and just go check the music out. The lyricism, I'm just like, bro, why, man? Why? quiet, fam. And then I got a chance to work on it. I was like, quiet, fam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you put me off on somebody. Cool.
Yeah. Favorite poet in Louisiana, Toy the Poetic Beauty, hands down.
Okay.
From Lake Charles, believe she is in Baton Rouge now, and she pressure in the kitchen. Let's go. While we talking about females, favorite female rapper in the city is Cannon the Assassin. Cannon the Assassin. Somebody y'all need to be on the lookout for. AC a Queen, Pressure. Okay. I would probably nickname her for being the female version of me in regards to rap. So
she ain't got no deep voice like you though, right?
Nah, that'll be wild.
Just making sure.
Yeah, that'll be wild.
Because I saw a video the other day of Brittany Griner talking and it threw me. I was like, I didn't know her voice sounded like that.
Like, why we in competition? I said, good morning, baby. You be like, good morning, baby.
Right,
that'd be
so weird. Like, no hate to Brittany Griner, but I just didn't know your voice sounded like that. I was like, I was like, man, what's deeper than mine?
Let me see. I said, Currency, Enoch, Toy, AC. So that's 4.
You said
Cannon, that's 5. Favorite group is gonna come out of Lafayette, Armed Rhymery.
Okay.
They Pressure. If you don't know who that is, then you need to go get up on that too.
I'm making my notes.
Yes sir. That's 6 of them things. I got 4 of them things left. My favorite.
I love how you just extended the list too, but go ahead.
Yeah, I had to, man, cause it ain't no. I wasn't about to let you put me under pressure by trying to leave some of these people off the list when I know how I feel about these people. Boy, that's wild. My favorite Baton Rouge lyricist is Buck Fast Game. Period. They ain't no. I don't care what genre. I don't care if we talking about people that blew up, people that ain't blew up. I have an affinity for my dog Buck, man. Favorite rapper from Baton Rouge, period. I got 3 of them things left.
Yep. I see the gears.
Hey, shout out my dog Joe Scott. Hey, if Joe Scott ain't on somebody's top list, and I'm gonna tell you why Joe Scott. He just rapped about his life. That is something that can be appreciated, and I'm not saying that the other people on this list don't, because they do. They actually all have that in common.
Right.
They rap about, and that's my recurring theme. It's your ability to do that. How well can you rap about just yourself? Not about all the other stuff we can go and make up, because we can make up stuff forever and make up fancy ways to do it.
That's just creativity.
How creatively and how impactfully can you just rap about yourself? When I listen to all these artists, I get something from them and I add it to what I got going on. When I listen to his music, I was like, bro, he just raps about the details of what happened. It's something that goes about. I like storytelling rap, and I like it even more when it's facts.
Okay.
So that leave me with 2 of them things.
2 more.
2 of them things. Let me see what I ain't got. This tough.
Yeah, see, now we in the crucial moments now.
But we said artists, so it ain't had to be labeled. My favorite guitarist in the city is Jermaine Caesar.
Okay.
If you ain't never seen him at work, the next time you see Jermaine Caesar on a flyer, go to whatever that is.
Last one. Who gonna get the final slot?
Pressure.
But it's no particular order, but you know.
It ain't.
Yeah.
My dog Flood.
Okay.
My dog Flood. Flood from New Rose. We actually dropped a collab together beginning of this year called Cityscaping. Flood, man, not only cause like that's like one of my best friends, but he specialized in hardcore 90s boom bap.
Okay.
I haven't seen someone, I mean, we got Coast Contra now, but I knew him way before they even existed in my mind. So I haven't seen anybody who can successfully do that on a show that ain't about that. And still do numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ain't no way he ain't make top 10 on that. That's crazy.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, and now, who on your who's your Mount Rushmore overall? No particular region. Mount Rushmore. These would be nationally known artists, independent artists that people might not know. Your Mount Rushmore.
Ooh, that's tough. Cause Mount Rushmore dead ass only had 4.
It only had 4.
So it ain't no stretching this one.
I'll tell you this.
I gotta drink the water.
Your Mount Rushmore, and I'll allow 2 honorable mentions.
All right.
See, I'm helping.
I appreciate the leniency, man. Cause I need it, man. I consume so much. That's why it be hard, because I consume so much. I don't be like in just one area of life. But I know for a fact who gonna make it every time.
Okay.
Andre 3000.
Oh, I knew that one was coming.
Andre 3000.
I knew that one was coming.
Don't get me started. All I got to do is meet Andre. I'm not, at first it was like, oh, if I could just get a collab. I'm beyond that right now. He was so impactful to me as an artist that I just want to meet him.
Okay.
Meet him. And let him play the little flute thing he be having. He be having that long ass flute.
He does travel with the flute now.
Yeah. Yeah, man, let's just talk. Just me knowing. Ain't nobody even got to know we talked. I don't want the picture. I don't want the social media.
That's just for you.
I want this for my keepsake.
Right.
So when I get old and it's time for me to stop doing I can be like, I had a conversation with Andre Benjamin.
Boom. I like that. I like
Undefeated.
that. Okay.
I become a national treasure at that moment. I self-deemed. But yeah, Mount Rushmore, we definitely had Andre 3000.
I see the gears moving.
They have to move, man. This is not as easy because
it's not. And people watch that, they be like,
because so many people gotta be cut off when they don't make Mount Rushmore. But I have to give it to people who I guess I would say influence my craft the most.
Okay.
Buck could be Buck Mount Rushmore, and the reason for being is it's his substance and the way he deliver it. Because not too many times can you get it that way. It's usually the delivery match the content, or that's usually what it is.
Okay.
So like I think as an artist, especially if you more on the conscious, eclectic, thought-provoking side, it's very important to invest in delivery.
Right.
So, and that's something like I've worked on, and when I came across him, I was like, oh, that's fire.
And he does have pitch perfect delivery.
He do.
Yeah.
And it's always different. Like, he got his own melodies, he got his own cadences that I don't hear anywhere else. And so I'm just like, man, this dude here, bro. Why you even said that like that? So yeah, definitely Mount Rushmore. So we got Andre, we got Buck, now I got 2 left.
And when he says Buck, he's talking about Buck Fast Game.
Buck Fast Game, the last name. Yeah. This is really, really tough. He put me through the blender.
Yeah, I had to, man. I had to. And really, I'm just taking him out of the fact that I hadn't been to Wind Down
Black
Wednesday
Thought.
yet. Black Thought.
Yes.
Good old Tariq.
Yes. Starting from the roots, literally. Man, if you a MC, if you a lyricist, let me put it that way. If you a lyricist and you ain't took the time to at least check out Black Thought, I'm not the most well-versed person with him, but he's got to be in your playlist.
Yeah.
When we talk about the craft. And then 4th would probably be King Rose.
Okay. The Gray Goat, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, had to.
Yeah.
Like honorable mention would be Currency.
Okay.
I have an affinity for Currency. It's the details. Like everybody I'm listing, they taught me how to do the things that y'all appreciate about me.
Okay. And you do get one more honorable mention. I told you I'd give you 2.
You ain't wrong. This ain't even a rapper right now.
Well, that's why I said artist.
Sir.
Okay. I like the list.
Yes, sir.
I like the list.
Now, if you mix all of them up, you Flo Dares.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And speaking of Flo Dares, so You got a new album coming out too, man.
Yes.
Okay, so you know we gotta talk about that, man.
Yes, Nobody's Safe. The name of the album is Safe.
Okay.
It's an acronym for Society Ain't For Everybody. Because that's how I feel. And so I just wanted to talk about it and just every aspect that I could think about. I just got tired of Instagram. I got tired of the world. I got tired of the environment, and
I'm glad we're getting a new Flo Dares project too, man.
I appreciate it.
I gotta tell you too, man. Again, you really kind of came into my stratosphere. We were doing Late Shift, and I checked out Elephants.
Yes, sir.
Very good project. So
yes.
I'm anticipating this new one, man.
You should be. I don't know how else to say it, but I took my time with it. I took my time with Elephants.
Yeah, but this one I'm anticipating because it's been some time in between.
Yeah,
I know you did a collab and everything, but this I'm anticipating to see where you are with this now.
I put myself in a position to exploit everything I be wishing I exploit after I record a song.
Okay.
I think as artists, there's who you are, who you want to be, and there's who you think you are. And a lot of the times, we get stuck in one of those, and we don't get to do the rest of it.
So you got all three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm really intrigued. Now, when are we getting this project?
Why would I tell you that?
Oh man.
I'm just playing. We're dropping in June 2023. Yes, sir.
June, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And how many tracks can we look forward to?
9.
Ooh.
It's gonna be an experience. I ain't no.
Well, the 9 makes me think, cause I'm like, there are a few hip hop albums that I feel like were like just supremely classic albums. Mm-hmm. If you're a Jay-Z fan, I would say overall his best album ever was probably Blueprint. It was only 13 songs. Mm-hmm. Everybody regards Nas's first album, Illmatic, as being one of his, top tiers.
Yeah.
There's only 9 songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
And more, you looking at these projects, and I know like in the 90s, early 2000s, artists would just bombard us, with 20 songs, and it's a lot to take on.
You can't do that no more.
I've learned the shorter the project, the better. So when you told me 9,
mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm very much anticipating this.
Yeah,
nobody's safe.
Nobody. The thing.
I hope you're gonna have shirts that say nobody's safe on it.
I believe it or not, I've been working on merch forever. There's all kind of merch on the way. Okay. This year you're gonna have everything. You're gonna have out of state show opportunity. I've actually traveled more this year for shows than ever. Back in February, I went on what felt like a mini tour. In the course of 7 days, I was in 4 different spots. I hit Jackson, I did New Orleans, Baton Rouge,
you be moving
Arkansas. Around. Yeah, man. I got tired, man.
And we know what happened when you get tired.
I got tired. Yeah, man.
You get to going into other arenas, taking over stuff. That's what Jordan sociopaths do.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, like I said, who coming? Who coming to save me?
Nobody.
Currents ain't looking for me right now.
Not yet.
That's it.
But
ain't nobody looking for me right now.
But
ain't nobody who I want to be looking for me right now.
But 2023 ain't over with yet.
No, it's not.
I mean, and I think we may have cracked the code in this sit down as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've done our part.
I'm telling you, artists, anybody, music or not music, my motto right now, and it's been proven effective. The more you work, the more it work out. It's that simple. It's undefeated. What's the alternative? What's the alternative to working?
Fail.
Nothing. You just sit and wait.
We ain't gonna fail.
You're gonna wait on the right time. You're gonna wait till it's all together. You're gonna wait till somebody believe in you to do it.
You can't wait on life.
You're gonna wait till the wave is aesthetically pleasing for you to go hop in it. And you ain't gonna get nothing out of that. The more you work, the more it work out.
There's never a right time.
Never.
The right time is always now.
It's right then and there. That's the only thing right about time, right then and there.
That's a bar.
Yes, sir.
Look at you you just did that. Just you know what? I'm tired of you just being good at stuff. Flo Dares, thank you for pulling up to the table, man. I greatly appreciate this conversation. This won't be the last time that you're here because you know I gotta have you back, man.
Can't be. You gotta have me back after you go to a wind down Wednesday. It's happening next Wednesday. I make it so easy. I put the day of the week in the title, man.
I'm
talk to me.
I'm coming, man.
Talk to me.
Pause. I'm coming. But look, we definitely gotta do this again. Matter of fact, every time I see you, it always turns to a marathon conversation because you're a very insightful guy. And I gotta give you your flowers, man. I appreciate
that.
Not only your art, but your mind. Because that's we need more mixture of that. There's art out here and there's mind out here, and you have successfully been able to put both of them in the same arena. So I appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing and keep being you.
I gotta tell you the same thing, man.
Oh,
You thought I was just go receive the flowers and be like, all right, cut the camera. No, sir. It's platforms like this. Like I said, everybody got a podcast. Everybody got a podcast.
Damn.
Not everybody can cultivate a space for people like myself to come through and talk about the stuff that we talk about in small conversations that have to be talked about in a way that can be accessible to everybody. So that I appreciate. You could have just asked me, I don't know, how I got started in music or something.
The little cookie cutter generic question.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I appreciate that. The people appreciate that too. I know they do. Because we got enough of everything else. So you keep going. This is me giving you your flowers. You keep this stuff going. We need this.
I appreciate
part of the ecosystem. A functioning part of the ecosystem.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And look, that's going to help fuel it, man.
Yes, sir.
So like I always say, man, you either at the table or you're on the menu. You decide. We out.